All right, we are now live.
Great. So who has questions?
Well, as soon as you can figure out which number goes where, it's really not that difficult.
But
Yeah.
I can't figure out which number goes where yet.
Did you guys watch The Kid?
He is.
Go through that? The video with the...
I didn't watch The Kid. I watched Brother Promar and Sister Wilkinson's, but
I watched it all, got a little more confused as I went through.
Yeah. Did your practice though stop like before he was done giving answers?
I think it was
he had 2 or 3 more problems than we had.
The same, like it was older and they revamped the last problem. Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because after my problems with Excel, I don't know, now I'm not getting all the problems on my answer sheet. My printer's not working now. Who knows what's going on.
Oh no.
Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything. You're stopped at C too, right? At 9C.
Yeah. I think.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wasn't that where it was supposed to stop?
I hope so. That's what it looked like to me. But he kept going, and I was like, "Well, I'm confused."
Well, he gave problems. Yeah, he did state the problem in terms of p hat. He added that one in, but
yeah, I think so. And he did another bell curve and some other probability something or other.
Yeah. So
okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta. My preparation assignment, I can't find it, so I gotta reprint it out again. I know it's around here somewhere, but I pulled out one, but it was last week's.
Okay, well, do you want to go through part 2, or is everyone pretty comfortable on part 1?
Part 1 is good, I think.
Part 1 was good. It's just part 2, and that's why I had to on number 6. Like that's why I had to go watch The Kid, is because I was trying to match him up like they said to match the 2 columns up, and I did that and did everything, and it's like gave me errors.
Yeah, I had to watch him do it.
I had to go and we have to do this freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, or whatever. So,
right.
I'm not. I know I can work Excel a little bit, but I don't know what all those little codes are. So when he used that count if, that how I wouldn't have even known to look for that. So.
Oh yeah, I would have had no idea.
That would have been helpful to have in the instruction.
Right.
Yeah, I just played around. I thought, how do I make this work? But
right.
I went back and forth and back and forth. Can you guys see me?
Yeah.
Okay, mine shows me that I'm a black box. It says black box with you written in the middle of it. So maybe it's better that you don't see me this morning. It's been a long night. My underwear was stuck in the washing machine for like 8 hours. It was.
No.
Finally unlocked himself. Didn't and then now the guy's coming, but at least he doesn't have our garments in the washing machine.
Got them all out, huh?
Okay, so do we want to go through part 2?
Yes, please.
Were you able to get a pie chart?
I finally was. Yes.
Yep.
Good.
I know you have to have 2 things, but they never explained, like, the young kid kind of did the explaining of that, but oh my God. The chart would just list junior, senior, sophomore, junior in this big box. And it did that for like 10 times. Even when I sorted it and did all that thing, then it just gave me freshman 8 times and then sophomore 27 times. And that's not right either. And I quit. But I got one finally.
I did not think that the instructions in the book were helpful as far as teaching us all that we needed to do. I think they're assuming we know Excel.
Yeah, I think they do assume that.
Like number 8, where it says show at least 5 ways, like graphs and numerical statistics. What other ways besides the 2 that he showed us
I didn't, which two? I only looked at the answer key and I thought, oh, we need to figure out the p-hat for every category.
Right, but that's only one way, right?
Yeah, I don't know what they were meaning by the 5. That was confusing too. So I just kind of went through those 2 charts that he set up, and
So I found the p-hat for everything, which to me that was something that I understood. I could figure
that wasn't that difficult.
And once you have that,
then you can set that chart up.
What chart? I guess I don't know the chart.
The younger teacher showed that you just basically make a I don't even know what kind of chart those are called, but you have class count and proportion went across the top, and then down along the side you had your classes, and so then underneath count you'd just write your 8, 75, 57, and then across from that was the proportion. So basically you're just making a little chart with the exact same information that you just wrote on the p-hats.
That's all the p-hats.
Oh, okay.
Did you guys understand how he got the other? Well, he didn't do the other. So the 5th one is other count equals 2. P-hat equals.
Right. So there must have been 2, and that's why I didn't go through everything and check, because I kept saying, I don't have, I only have 132 students. Yeah, it says that there's 134 or something. I was a couple of students off, and I thought I kept transferring the data again and again to try to see if I was missing something. But apparently, maybe 2 of them were like mistypes in there. So maybe one of them.
Oh, some of them were blank, I think, weren't they?
Well, because I only had 7 freshmen, not 8.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah.
I did come up with 7 or 8 freshmen.
Then you just didn't click that very top line or something. Because
I went back and checked it a couple times and counted by hand, and there was only. So I don't know if there was some glitch somewhere. So maybe I need to go back and download it again, because I've had that problem before with Excel.
And I have that issue sometimes as well, where it just doesn't transfer a little bit of my data. And it always worries me for tests.
Yeah. Oh, it does. Me too. Yeah.
But I guess if it asks us, I don't think a test would, to be honest. But I don't know. A test, they wouldn't say show 5 ways, because there's no way we could make those answers and have it just computer generate yes or no, probably. But still, I don't know what other ways it's asking for, unless the 3 graphs we already used counted.
What other ways could you get besides all the p-hats in that chart?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Graphs.
That seemed like only 2 to me. I don't.
Well, we could ask Justina and see what she.
Yeah, I'm trying to get her in. She's saying that link's not working for her, so she's trying to get online.
Okay. Did you guys on number 9? Did you have the exact numbers? I again was a couple of
he's
thousandths off.
I did not.
Left it at the corner. I wonder if we should bring it back, though.
I don't know.
No, he said the only way I can
see what happened was. Which one did you say on number 9?
Yeah, number 9.
Your shower and
my z-score and probability.
You want me to drive you to get this home?
Thousandths off.
But it
instead of 1.075 on the z-score, I got 1.075 on my z-score instead of 1.073.
I'm gonna slip out for just a minute.
I did too, actually, now that I see that. I just looked at it quickly. But yeah, I did get 1.075.
Yeah, but the answer key said
1. It does. Yeah, it does. And I just noticed that. And sometimes when they're close like that, I kind of just leave it because of, calculators can be off a little bit. And
my probability was 0.1412.
Yep, mine too. Yes.
Yeah, I just am not getting any of this. It is so totally foreign to me, and I know the z-score, but trying to figure out the terms. And so I think I just watched him and went step by step with him through it. So I don't feel like I'm ready at all for this.
Number 9 for you. So number 9, A, the mean. You
And
can
I've got
in
I've
there
got the mean.
because it even says 7% is P. We have
Yes.
to remember that the mean of this one is the plain P.
See, and that's where I'm just like, I write down that the mean is, 0.07. When I go to do all the calculate, I'm like, okay, which number goes where?
Yeah, it's tricky
But
this time.
What's that, Joy?
It is a little tricky this time trying to figure out what's what.
Number goes where?
Yeah.
So, Chrissy, I feel like our calculators are similar. Can you tell me where you're putting parentheses when you do the standard deviation?
Honestly, I had to do it different this time than I ever have.
Oh, good.
Because I was getting that syntax error every time.
Right.
And
that's what I started getting on the homework. And I did it one time or through most of the homework. And then I went to do it on that 11, 12, and 13. And I still can't get it. It's still giving me the syntax error. So.
Well, did you try the parentheses around the whole equation?
I had to be careful with my parentheses.
Yeah.
I changed calculators.
You changed?
I did.
That's no help.
Not so cute one, but it works better. So I'll take the scribbled on. It's been through 4 kids in high school, so I guess
that works for them.
They all graduate from this to a graphing calculator, and then they give me their cast off.
Yes.
Okay, well, I think that's the one I have. Right? Is yours a 30x?
Yes. This one.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So with this, I only put this first thing I do is square root, and then I do P, and then I do a parenthesis, 1 minus P, parenthesis. I only put the parentheses in where it shows us on our regular equation, and that's how it works on this one. My other calculator, I had to put parentheses around every step so that it knew what to do first.
Okay. So then when we do the z-score, I'll ask you how you did that, because my standard deviation, I feel it's working with how I'm putting it in, but it was the z-score that.
Well,
I had trouble with the z-score too.
And maybe this new calculator, and I'm not putting parentheses in where I'm supposed to. Maybe that's why I'm off a couple of.
I don't know.
But this for the z-score on B, I literally just did parenthesis 0.08 minus 0.07 parenthesis divided by 0.0093.
Now, okay, you're talking what?
For the z-score for B, 9B. So the z-score is the 0.08, which is the probability that we're looking at. So that's the p hat minus 0.07, which is the p.
Okay.
Divided by the standard deviation, which we found in the last answer. And so I don't actually retype in all of that.
It won't let you do it. Can you do this later?
I think that might be where you're off, perhaps, because that's what I did, and I came up with something different, and then I typed in the whole stupid problem again.
Yeah,
it came out with what they did, but it's like if they've given us the standard,
push that door just a little bit
be able to divide it.
Just a little bit, not too much. Yeah, thank you.
But we do round it to get the standard deviation, and so that thing don't round until the very end. But
when you did that, you came up with 1.075, right? Not.
I did.
Probably. I think that's what I came, and so when I watched the video, so.
Can one of you send Justina the link and see if for some reason she can't.
I will. I'll send it.
Okay. All right. Good. Thank you. So it's not working out for me.
To put the whole thing in and see if I come up with a different answer. Really.
If you come up with a different answer, I'm curious if that's what I did, because I know I was getting a little bit off somewhere.
It's going to take me an hour to put in this whole thing.
Yeah, it takes forever to plug in all the data, doesn't it? Yeah.
And then if you get it right, hallelujah. But if not.
How do you know if you didn't, unless you have the answer key sitting by you?
I know.
I know.
Quizzes, do I?
That's what makes it scary for those quizzes.
I know.
I'm still working on sending her the link, so don't
Okay.
give up.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, I did. It did come up with the 1.0733.
So
Yeah,
did you put
ridiculous?
parentheses around it then? What did you do that time?
That time I did parenthesis point parenthesis 0.08 minus parenthesis 0.07. No, parenthesis 0.08 minus 0.07 close parent divided by parent square root 0.07 parent 1 minus 0.07 close parent divided by 750 close parent, enter.
Yeah. So isn't it crazy that we did the standard deviation in the step above, and you then can't just go the 0.08 minus 0.07, whatever that answer is, divided by your standard deviation.
It's because we end up rounding this off. But I actually even took it to 4 digits, and it's still, I thought, oh, I'll just take it one more and not 3 digits. I'll round it to the 4th so that I'll get it, and it still wasn't.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess I will be
working.
plugging the entire equation in every time.
Probably not. Take it to Corinne.
I have nothing better to do with it.
And so
Take it to Corinne.
the question I have on your parentheses then, because you did the parenthesis for the top, the p hat minus p,
right?
Divided by, then if you push in this, if you just go the square root, it automatically puts a parenthesis.
Right.
But
I did a parenthesis before the whole square root thing because I want the whole standard deviation in a parenthesis too.
So you put a parenthesis square root 0.07. So you didn't put, what I did is I did the square root, it put the parenthesis in, I did 0.07 parenthesis.
Yeah, mine comes with it does its own parenthesis right there too. Yeah.
Okay. So, but you did put a parenthesis right after the divide at the very beginning of the square root.
I did.
Okay.
Because I know that the bottom half is its own equation divided by the top half.
And then that's why you do a double close at the end. Yay, Justine!
Yeah.
We think.
I think she is.
We hope she has all day today, right? Because today's going to be an 8-hour day. So how do you determine, I'm having a hard time, and watching our video did help. Now I just have to try some more problems. The p hat and the p. I'm having a hard time distinguishing.
Yes, I totally understand when it says that the p is the true population proportion and that it's the mean of the distribution of the p hat. That makes sense because I read it 100 times, but it doesn't make sense because I know what that entails. Okay.
It's still trying to get through all the synaptic nerves in my brain.
Because when I was doing the homework, that's where I kept running into the issues on the last one, was where do I find plain P? Like, how do I know what that is?
Because it seems like it's more than one thing. It seems like it's more than just population, proportion. It seems like it's also the mean too. Is that correct?
So P is the mean.
Yeah.
P is the mean.
Right, but it's
I think she said a p hat.
She did say that, which means it. And then Brother Cromar said the mean of the sample proportion is p, and he also and the population proportion is P. That's what gets confusing. Like, I'm not really sure if I'm grabbing the right data or not.
Well, yeah. So, like, when the younger kid was doing his thing, he said that P hat describes your sample, and P. So he was talking about M&Ms.
Yeah.
And he said, and the P is for all of the bags of M&Ms.
So P hat describes the sample.
That's what he said. I quoted him. I have it in quotes from my note from him.
Well, I don't know. I guess the only thing we do is, do we just go to the quiz and try to work through them together and see if we can come up with a semi-right answer?
Well, yeah. So,
yeah,
I would. You don't have a mic, but I don't know how we can be able to get some clarification on this. Is there anything that you can add?
Looks like she's trying to join video.
Awesome.
He's like, I better get on a computer. These women have no clue.
They are. Can you close the bathroom door, please?
So we want to go ahead and open up. On.
There we go.
Hello.
Oh, she can now hear us. Good.
Okay.
All those questions that I just asked you. Okay.
Yeah.
We're confused between the P and the P hat. Like
P.
Yeah, so P is the sample proportion.
Oh, 1 second. Sorry, I'm just getting to the lesson right now.
Okay.
The P hat is the X divided by N. That's the P hat.
Right, but
sometimes we're given that, and sometimes we have
some,
P hat, and I don't know.
Yeah, so P and P hat is kind of like X and X bar.
Okay. I kind of saw that as we were doing the things, but like in
maybe as we go through the quiz, she can kind of help clarify.
80% to me. Can you guys hear me well? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we hear you.
I'm gonna
Is she cutting out on your guys' end?
Because you guys are all cutting out to me. Okay.
There you are.
Is everybody frozen?
So does that solve your question?
Not really.
So P is like the true proportion that we're trying to get, and P hat is like the sample proportion.
Okay. So P hat is for the sample, but P is for the population whole.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess there was a question. I know it was on the homework, and most of us have done our homework already.
I haven't.
But
sorry.
The question is, so it gave us coin tosses, and it said that we tossed the coin, a certain amount of times, and there were so many heads.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only two things that we have, was that we tossed it this many times and this many were heads. How am I supposed to know what P is? Is it, and the homework, like it said that it was 0.5. Is that just because there were only two options it could have been, and 4 tails, so it's 50%?
Which
I don't
question
know where
was
to
it?
find P.
So this is on the homework in 11, 12, and 13. It would be those questions on the homework for lesson 16.
A homework quiz or just homework?
Just the homework. Just the homework, yeah.
Okay. I think I kind of have an idea of what you said, but still it's a little cutting off. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so from what I'm understanding, the P is just basically the mean of that question or of what we're trying to find.
Yeah.
And so
but instead of mean, it's more like proportion. But yeah, the rest is correct.
Okay, so if I have a coin and we tossed it 4,040 times, and then it tells us that 2,048 of those were heads, then we had to say whether p hat was normally distributed. Well, we could find p hat by doing the division of 2,048 over 4,040. I figured that out. But how do I know what p is?
Oh.
Because the only two numbers I'm given are those two numbers. And I'm assuming that it says, and in the answer key, I had to look at it, and it said that it's 0.5. And I'm assuming that the mean is because there's only heads or tails. So the mean has got to be half, 50%, because it's either 1 or 0.
Yeah. It's either head or tail, so.
And it's
theoretically, it should be 50% because it's an even, like it should be even on the head and the tail number that you get if you flip it so many times. But when they're doing the experiment, the number is slightly off, but it's still close. But like theoretically, that's what the P will be.
And so
I think
the theoretical P?
Yeah. If you have a 50%, it's probably referring to the theoretical outcome.
But we didn't have a 50%. Nothing was given to us in the question.
I think it's in a coin that was assumed fair.
Assumed fair.
Yeah.
Fair. I think that means, because a lot of the problems we've had where it says assume you have a fair coin, blah blah blah. So I think that's probably the clue there about the 50%.
Oh yeah, because it says a coin that was assumed fair was tossed 40,040 times. No.
Yeah,
40 times.
4,040.
4,040, sorry.
So from then on, unless it tells us a different P, we just assume the mean is 0.5 on that question.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, as long as I only have those types of questions where there's only heads or tails, I'm good.
So did you do question 13, Christy? Did you guys? I
didn't get that one.
So maybe let's go through, should we do the quiz and then, because I know Sherry hasn't done this yet, but should we go through the quiz? Maybe that'll answer some questions, or do we want to keep working on 13 right now?
Let's
do the quiz.
Quiz.
Yeah, let's do the quiz and then we can come back to that one.
Okay. Did anybody else have any questions? Well, just got us.
I
actually don't have anything.
I don't even know how to ask them. So
I'm actually available until 9 o'clock today, so feel free.
We might be here till 9 o'clock.
Not quite hours.
Let's hope not. We'll have ambition.
Ambition
we have. It's the processor.
We're lacking.
Yeah.
We are on lesson 16, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hope so.
Me too.
26?
Yeah.
Which question are you guys on in the quiz?
I think we're just starting it right now.
Oh, you just started it? Okay, awesome. I didn't miss anything then.
No. We're just starting.
do that.
I really appreciate when a couple of the questions are like number 3, the last one. They're more visually appealing. When
Right?
That's the one I like.
I like that.
eliminate that one.
When I pick a piece of pie, I like the visually
Because
appealing one.
everybody likes different flavors. Like sometimes they help you out there with a obviously
Yeah,
no.
obviously, yes, you can kick that one out.
So did everybody put the third one down?
Yes,
Right.
the
Yes.
third one.
And number 4, you know it's the last one, right?
Down, yeah.
Yep. All right, now we're gonna get serious.
Yeah.
So
So P is the true proportion,
and
and
P
hat is the sample proportion.
Yes.
Okay.
So written down there, that's fine, but go to put it in a stupid story problem.
Mhm. Yeah.
I have to quickly.
words around it.
Right. And
Okay, so number 5 is true proportion.
yeah.
Right.
Yes.
And
N equals.
Sample
the
size.
sample size, right?
I don't
Yes.
think N is the sample size.
Yes.
N hasn't changed yet. Okay, and they asked this on the number 7. If P equals 1/4, what is the smallest N that satisfies the requirement? And that should be so simple.
Just times 10, then?
Is that all it is?
The bottom
No.
number times 10.
Yeah, is that?
You need to plug it into 2 different formula.
Okay, what are the formulas?
Oh, because they
So what did you plug it in?
So do you plug it into the N? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I have no
It's
idea.
the information above question 5.
Yeah,
So
the up
NP is greater than.
greater than or less than
Greater than or equal
greater
to
than or equal
10.
to 10.
And then
And
Minus 1 or times 1 minus P.
yeah,
Right?
Greater than or equal to
yeah,
10.
you need to plug
Okay,
into
so
those 2.
so you can do that if you know N and P. What are we assuming?
so
Well,
N is going N.
Well, we know what 10 is. So we have to have it greater than or equal to 10. And then if P is 1/4, we need to say what would we take to times by 1/4 to equal 10.
It's confusing that they put it in a 1 to 4.
So
Why don't they just say if P is 25% or
right.
0.25? I mean, that's
When they did this on the homework, did they do? Was it the homework or the preparation? They did this.
1/10, and the answer was 100.
Was 100? Yeah. If P is 1/10, what is the smallest value of N?
You basically divide both sides by 1/4. Is that how you say that?
So flip it and do it by the reciprocal.
Or you just divide.
So you're doing,
question
I'm just going to
7.
say 0.25 for the 1/4.
Okay.
Go 1 divided by 4. And
0.25 times N
times
is greater
P.
than or equal
it's
to 10.
Yeah.
How do you figure that out?
Yeah, so you divide both sides by 0.25, right? So you will cancel the 0.25 on the left-hand side.
Both sides of what?
okay, so Justina, let's go back to like very square one.
Yeah.
What is N?
N is sample size.
Okay, but what is that?
Using the same question of above. We haven't had a question above.
Well, number 5 gives us the formula of NP greater than or equal to 10, or n times 1 minus p.
Right, but does it tell us what n is? That's the problem that I have with this question is we don't even know what n is.
But we
Yeah,
know
that's what we're trying to get.
looking for is n.
What we're looking for is n.
Right. So
Okay, but the formula says n times p. So if you don't know what n is,
but we do know the rest of the formula. N times 0.25 or 1/4 has got to be
Right.
greater than or less than 10. So the smallest that n satisfies the requirement would be it equals 10. So we have n times 0.25 equals 10.
so basically,
Then we divide both sides by 0.25 to get n.
Yeah.
You divide both sides?
yes, because we multiply on the one side. So then in order to get n by itself on an equation, you have to because it's times 0.25. You have to divide that by 0.25 so that you just end up with n by itself.
So explain, are we assuming that this is a fourth or 0.25 or out of 100 or out of 100%, or how are the assumptions made?
There isn't an assumption, I don't think, because it's a quarter. A quarter of
It's
1/4 is always going to equal 0.25.
Okay.
It's just an algebra question, to be honest. It's more like an algebra question than.
We didn't think we were taking. We thought this was a statistics.
I'm
right,
sorry.
Okay, so did we? So we divide the 0.25 by 10.
10 divided by 0.25.
10 divided by 0.25, and then the other half of the equation is.
So you just set it up like an algebraic equation. N times 0.25 equals 10.
And then 10 divided by 1 minus 0.25.
Right.
Okay, say that last one again.
Okay, so 10 divided by 1 minus 0.25.
Right, which is 0.75.
So 13.333. Right. That's what I got too. So then both are required. So the smallest one is the 13.333.
So they're both met.
Right, but the smallest n is 13.333.
Yeah, the answer would be the 13. Yeah, and it usually would be the second. Every time I've done one of these, it's usually the 10 or the minus, the one with that p minus. That usually ends up being the smallest.
What did you guys get on your first one? It wasn't 2.5?
40, 10 minus 0.25, 10 divided by, what did you get, 0.40?
So if your p is smaller than 0.5, you use the first one. If your p is bigger than 0.5, you use the second one.
What? Say that again.
So p?
If your p is smaller than 0.5, then you use the first formula and p equal to bigger than 10. But if your p is smaller than 0.5, if it's bigger than 0.5, sorry, then you use the second one. N times 1 minus p equals to or bigger than 10.
So in this one, we used the second one because our p was less than 0.5. It was 0.2.
Correct.
All right, so we've got to write that down. So if p is greater than
less than 0.5, we use the n minus.
Where's the first formula? The NP?
Yeah.
So if
NP is greater than.
If it's greater than 0.5? Okay.
Use that one. Yeah. And then if it's bigger, use the n times 1 minus p. Is greater than or equal to 10.
Wow. I think this
So
is
I
going to
totally do not,
be 4
totally
weeks.
did not get that instruction in the lesson.
Yeah, that was new
Yeah,
to me.
it's not in the lesson. It's just a normal, it's just a trick that I've been giving to students
Oh, thank you.
throughout the last 2 semesters.
So,
So
and this is just when we're trying to determine the smallest or the largest. No, it would be the smallest that satisfies the requirement.
Yeah, usually they'll give you a
It
P and
depends what the
you will need
question
to
is
try to
asking.
find out the N that will satisfy the requirement.
Okay.
So, okay, so the answer that goes in here then,
It's 13.333 if we're doing 3 decimals.
What question are you guys on now?
7.
7. The
Okay.
group meeting quiz.
So it's not 13.
Is it
The
40?
answer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 40. Okay, because we're using the bigger one then, because it's
Yeah.
smaller than 0.5. Okay.
If P, okay, nope, we've got to go back.
Those backwards then.
I think I do. So if P is less than 0.5, we use the NP is greater than or equal to 10.
Yes.
Perfect.
That formula. Yeah.
So I swapped them around. So if
I
P,
do too. That's okay. So let me write that again. So if P
Is less than 0.5, use
Use the
less
first
than
formula.
0.5,
Is,
use the NP
Mhm.
greater than or equal to 10.
Right.
If P is greater than 0.5,
Mhm.
use the N times 1 minus P greater than. Okay, because I
Okay.
had it backwards too.
My question then is so if we worked both of those out, and the first answer I got was 40, and the
Mhm.
second was 13.333, whatever, correct?
Mm-hmm. You
Well,
use the bigger number.
but it says on the question, what is the smallest n that satisfies the requirement?
Yeah, but the
Why-
thing is,
why would I
you
use
need
the
to
bigger one?
satisfy both formula. So the smallest number that will satisfy both formula. If you have 13, then it won't
satisfy the first. That's right. That's right. This has to do both, not either or.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Okay.
That
Exactly.
Okay. All right. That makes
Okay.
sense.
did
So
say
just-
that somewhere.
Yes.
so if P is less than 0.5, we're going to use the NP is greater than or equal to 10. And since it's a 0.25 that we came up with, that's why we're using the 40.
Yeah.
Right.
I really feel like this chapter was very vague.
Yes.
Almost all description.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you were first introduced to chapter 2 or 1.
Yeah,
When
we
you
were
first started learning about statistics.
Yeah.
This is just a whole new
Feels just like
It's like we went back to the beginning.
Exactly what I feel like. It's like, let's go see Justina every day.
But yeah, you're gonna discover some similarities along the way with the chapters that you learned before.
I hope so.
similarities or like I hope they're really similar and not exactly. I remember that because then it's gonna throw me off.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Number
All right.
Okay. So
Question
number 8.
N is 24 and P is 0.4.
What is the mean of P hat? 0.4?
Oh, how do you figure that out?
Because P hat is the mean of all of P hat equals, remember how the mean equals
The P hat equals P, right?
P hat equals P?
So
Unless
this should be
you're given other information.
So this should be point.
Unless we're given other information?
Unless you're given like the data set, sample data set.
P hat
And
is
you can
always
calculate
equal
it.
to P.
Yes, the mean of the mean of P hat is P. Yeah. That was one of the things Brother Cromar said in his videos.
I guess I didn't catch that.
really fast.
It was a lot.
So unless you're given other information, otherwise P hat is equal to P.
Okay.
It's kind of like the before you have the question that gives you like the population mean, and it doesn't give you any other information. It just asks you to calculate the sample mean, and it's the exact same thing as the population mean.
Right, because it didn't give us the rest of the equation to figure it out.
Yeah, they didn't give you any other information.
Okay, then to do the standard deviation, we take the square root of 0.04 times 1 minus 0.04 divided by 24.
Yeah.
Times 1 minus divided by 0.04.
Did you get 0.04 again?
0.04. The other one was just 0.4, right?
0.4. Yeah.
The one above it, and this one is 0.04.
I got a different answer. What did you guys do?
0.4.
Oh, I did that wrong.
Yeah. Hang on. I got my answer, my decimal in the wrong spot.
Okay, well, I got 0.04, and I was feeling it was...
That's because we put in 0.04 instead of
0.4.
0.4.
That's what it is.
Yep, got it.
There.
So this should be 0.1.
Yeah.
Square root of 0.4, not 0.04.
Yeah. Yeah, put the decimal in the wrong spot.
1 minus 0.4.
So just 0.1, not 0.01, right?
Right, 0.1. So 0.1.
What I put.
0.1. All right, here goes even more fun. So if we take it sentence by sentence, Brittany's batting average is 0.300. Do we know what 300 is right off the bat?
What does 300 represent? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, so is 300, 0.300 the 0.3?
Is point...
An average, for batting average, would normally mean that that's a mean.
Okay.
It tells you that P equals 0.03 right there in the question.
In the question. So P hat equals P equals 0.3.
So 10 is 0.3, right? Oh, to 2, 0.
10 is P hat, which is sample.
Okay.
So now we have to do 0.3 divided by 100?
Well,
oh, no. So this is X. So this is X divided by N.
So she will get more than 35 hits in her next one.
Okay, so hang on a second.
Okay, but we're putting in 0.3 because P is equal to P hat.
So to determine what P hat is, you need to use that formula X divided by N. Right?
Well, how come we didn't that in the other one, problem 8?
That's why this one is. This is so confusing.
Problem A is because you're not given the X
and
the sample. Well, you're given the sample,
so when
but
we're
you're not given the X.
P is always P hat, but if we are given the X,
then use the formula. Except for what is X? I don't know what X is. Is X at 35?
Yeah.
X is 35. Okay. Yes. So X equals the 35. And
we're looking for, it says determine the probability. So we're probably going to have to find a Z.
And then you need the applet. So is N the 100? Are we?
N is 100.
N is 100.
X.
So it's going to be 35 divided by 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gives
So
us
point.
p hat 0.35.
So it gives us
Yes.
a p hat of 0.35, right?
Okay. So give me just a second because I've got to write down a note. If we're given P, okay, so Justina, if we're not given X,
And
Yeah.
p hat equals p.
Yeah.
X,
But if we
then-
are given x, then we can take x divided by
P hat equals P. If given X, then P hat equals X divided by N.
Yes.
Okay. So number 10 is 0.35. Are you guys all already solving?
Oh. Yeah.
No, you're fine. I'm still working on it. So then for our P on the next problem, the standard deviation, we don't use the 0.35, we use the 0.3.
All right, that's where I'm lost
Yeah,
because
okay, yeah. So what are we using here is p then? 0.3? Because we know that?
Because we have,
Yeah, because it's asking for p, not p hat, right?
Right, which I
Okay.
put in 0.35, so now I'm
wait, so what? Where are you guys at on question 11?
On question 11, because we have a p, so then we would use that rather than the p hat.
so
Right.
that's okay.
So
So
we
that's what I've got to look for. Even though we just solved for P hat,
yeah,
we've
that's
been given
correct.
P.
Okay, so then we take the 0.3 times 1 minus 0.3 divided by 100. Square root, right?
Right, yes.
Okay. Square root of-
You guys get 0.0. Has everybody got it?
And it's 3 decimal places, so yeah.
0.04582575.
Uh-huh. 4.
Okay, no, that's not what I got. So what did I do wrong?
So this, you got the square root of 0.3 times 1 minus 0.3 divided by 100. Was that the formula you used?
I thought it was. So I've got, okay, so I did square root 0.3
Yeah, times parentheses
times, I put the parentheses,
Yeah.
1 minus 0.3
3
parenthesis divided by
100.
1. And again, I didn't.
And sometimes it likes the zeros, like 0.3. Some calculators like them, some calculators don't. So try that.
I don't need to put the 0 in mine. I've got the same one I do.
And I've got 0.0458.
Yeah,
Right.
0458. Yep.
Yeah, that's
So it's
correct.
0.046.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, well that's what I got the first time, but I thought you guys said 5. Maybe I missed the first couple of numbers. So it's
0.046.
0.046.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I had the first time. I just heard the 5 something.
Oh, no, you got it. Okay.
Okay.
This is where the p hat comes in.
Yes, that's right. This is where the p hat comes in.
Okay, so let's set, okay, so let's all set it up individually and then read it back.
Yeah.
I have to write down every step. It's just Greek still.
Does everybody have it written down? Can I just verify my formula?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so I have parent 0.35 minus 0.046 parent
No,
divided by
The
no.
046 is not correct.
the 046 is not.
That
That's
is
what you,
your P. That's actually your standard deviation. So it would be 0.35 minus 0.3.
Because 3 was given to us that it was P.
Yes.
right.
Oh, crud. I am, okay. So 0.3. So 0.35 minus 0.3 parent divided by parent 0.3 parent 1 minus 0.3 close parent, right?
Yeah.
Divided by parent 100?
No.
No parent?
I didn't put the no because there's no.
So
You don't
just
put
divided by
a single number because it's got to have a add,
okay.
multiply. It's got to have something to do to that number.
So what I have to do on every problem apparently is write P and P hat. Every single problem, because so P is 0.3 and P hat is 0.046.
0.35. The
0.35
was the standard deviation.
What was it?
0.046 was the standard deviation that we found by dividing the square root, the square root of P.
P hat was the first one we did in the 0.35.
Right. And then the P they gave us, which was 0.3.
Yeah.
And then what we did in the last answer to compute the standard deviation, that's how we got the 0.046.
And why complete the standard deviation if we have to put all this back in again? Why not just complete it all at once?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know yet.
You can use the standard deviation that you got, but there are gonna be some rounding error right there. So I would just suggest do it again.
Always do it again.
I found on the homework and the preparation.
So did everybody come up with a Z-score yet?
Yes.
I'm getting close, but not yet.
All right.
But I don't know where to shade my probability applet for.
So yeah, I don't know. Well,
you can read the information above question
next,
10 for the probability.
That's the next problem. So at least.
So I got a 1.091.
Yeah.
Am I close?
Yep, that's it.
Got it.
Yay.
Oh, I got 1.087. What did I do wrong?
What you did was you didn't do the whole thing. You just typed in the standard deviation in the bottom because I did it both.
Yeah, you got to do the whole thing or it'll come up funny.
Hey, hang on, give me a minute.
So, yeah, I did it both ways. So you guys have 1.091.
1.091.
I had 7, but it's just because I have sloppy handwriting.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I also got 1.0869, but that was when I did it short that way.
Yeah, the shortcut doesn't work all the time.
There are no shortcuts.
No shortcuts, it's just
Or when you are calculating the standard deviation, you can try to get all the numbers. Just write down all the numbers, and then you can use that to plug in.
Okay.
Wrote everything down.
Well, if 12-digit numbers any shorter than just typing it out.
True.
That's true. If you're doing it on the computer, though, you can copy and paste, and that would be a different story.
Yeah, there's going to be some
1.091 is 12. And on 13.
So if you look up above, it says Brittany's batting average is 0.300. We want to determine the probability she will get more than 35 hits. So we're going to put in greater than.
This one says the probability she'll get at least, right?
Right. So how do we shade it?
At least, where are you seeing at least?
On question 13, what is the probability Brittany gets at least 35 hits? So at least means less than, I thought when it was 50 or below, you'd shade the left side.
You actually shade the right side.
Okay, shade the right side.
At least 35 hits. So
yeah, that one seemed weird to me.
35 and anything between.
Oh, because she has been getting, okay, because she has been just getting 0.3 instead of the 0.35, right?
Right, yeah.
So we got to use the applet.
Yeah.
So I have 0.1376.
76, so 0.138. Is that rounding to 3 yet?
0.138.
Is that right?
That is what I got. I just was
verifying,
I think.
You're right. You guys are right.
Okay.
We say 138?
0.138, because we got 0.1376, so we just rounded.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been a long
Sometimes that one number, it throws us off, and you're like, wait. That's I got 137.
Like, no, I got 1376.
No, wait, no. And then, oh my goodness. Okay.
All right.
Oh, wait, my quiz just went away. Why?
Oh no.
Call the repairman back.
Okay, what did we get now? Where's my applet? Oh my goodness. 1.7, no,
0.138 is the probability for question 13.
Thank you. 76 again.
Wait. Okay.
True. Standard deviation.
Okay. So is everybody on 14?
Yes.
Yes.
So to get the standard deviation of p hat, do we have to first of all do the x over n? We don't have we don't have x, right?
Right.
We don't have x. So p hat is going to be 0.52.
No, because we're just trying to find the standard deviation. So we don't need that for the standard deviation.
We need, but p is 0.52. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
P minus, or p times 1 minus p.
Okay. Okay. I have to write it all down and then type it all out.
Yeah, I do too. Yep.
So the square root of 0.52 times 1 minus 0.52 divided by 2,000.
Right.
Okay. And I've got it. If I know I don't today, so when everybody else has it, I'm good. I hope.
0.01171392.
Are you writing it all down?
Wait.
Wrote it all down.
Wait. So it's just 0.11, right?
Right. 0.0.
0.011.
Right.
The rest of it, Sherry, we're going to do it the long way
Long
around.
way. Sure.
1.
1117. Blah blah blah.
I'm saving that number.
Yeah, you may need
Good
it.
for you, and you're going to get it a lot faster.
We'll see. Okay.
All right, so the Z score. Okay, now this is where I'm going to have issues.
This one takes a little bit of time here. Okay. Wait.
We don't have the p hat though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what
You
we just.
do. It's actually stated in the question, in the information.
The
In
50%.
the last sentence.
Oh, I am so
specifically in the parentheses.
So how do we know that that's p hat?
Because it's a value that it's trying to compare the true mean with.
Oh, so
Say that
that equals the p hat. Got it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna flunk on this one.
Yeah, I know.
What's the p hat for you guys after reading that information?
So,
Well, now you told
you're
us.
using 0.5 here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so use 0.5, then minus 0.52 divided by the
Exactly.
square root of, okay.
So P equals 0.52 standard deviation.
Yeah, minus p.
Oh, this is so complicated. And then P.
Divided by.
Oh, I like that shirt, dude. All right, do you guys have it?
I get it.
Not quite.
I do. I'm just doing it again because there's
To double check, yes.
too many moving parts.
Did you guys
so many
come up
parts.
with a negative number?
Negative number.
Negative. Yep.
1.790.
Yes. Yep.
All right. Okay, well, that's what I got. But if you guys could just sit on while I take my tests and quizzes and tell me the P and P,
right?
I appreciate it.
Well, we learned something because I didn't know that's where you find the p hat. I had no idea.
And I was trying to still figure out where P hat was. So Justina, can you say P hat again?
P hat?
Well,
So p hat.
I mean, I kind of got what you mean, but I just.
When,
Value
Oh
we needed that. Thank you for that. That was
Oh, that was so bad.
that was funny.
That was great. So it's the value that we're trying to what? Say that again.
Trying to
compare with
Compare.
against P.
value.
Trying to compare against p.
So that's how we knew it was the 50%.
Or we should have known. And we didn't know,
Well,
but
this one is a little tricky, to be honest. Like,
oh my
it's a
goodness,
little
we
hidden.
need more rules.
Value.
Question 16.
Hold on. Hold on.
You got a negative answer in 15, right?
Yeah.
Right, negative 1.
Yes, negative 1.790.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Negative 1.790.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you were correct.
Oh, I am so nervous about this. Okay.
Okay, so that's why the 50%. So where does it go on the applet then?
It's going to go
Shade the left.
because we're looking for less than, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a negative, we shade the left.
If
And
you're
we're
looking at
looking
left
for
now.
less than 50%. So it's just that first one,
Less.
just the first side.
The left.
Yeah.
Yeah, the left side.
Okay,
So-
less than. Okay. So did you get 0.0367?
0.0367.
Yes.
So 0.37, is that what we're going with?
0.037.
37.
0.037. Well, super.
All right. We wouldn't have figured this one out without you, Justina.
No, we want to.
You want to come back?
Request me as much as you
So
want. I
lost.
will try to join as often as I can.
Thank you.
So if you still have time, well, Christy, did you say you got 13 on homework?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I did. It was a tiny bit off, but it's probably because I know it's because I didn't type in the whole thing. I just used
The whole thing. But you can walk me through how to do it?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe I can.
Hey.
But you might want the professionals' help, just saying.
Well,
I will watch you guys teach each other. How about that? And if
That sounds good.
there's something.
That is good.
So Sherry, you want to pull up 11, 12, and 13?
I got it. I've got it pulled up. So I'll just go back and do the other ones. But let's do 11, 12, and 13.
Okay. So this one was talking about the coin that was assumed fair, which I need to highlight so that I
Right. Assumed
remember
fair means 50%.
Well, I guess. I'm concerned because there are other probabilities. Like, anyway. So when
One step at a time. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Christy.
it's 0.50.
Right. Okay.
Okay, and and I had to, I don't know where I came up with that finally, but.
I had to do that by going in. I got number 11 by looking at the homework and then working my way, the answer key, and then working my way backwards.
Yeah, working it backwards, yeah.
Then I could figure out the rest.
Because so your formulas there are 40 times 0.5.
Times 0.5, yeah.
Because n is our sample size. That's every coin that was tossed.
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
40, 40. Okay. Then X is 2048. Right?
X is?
Yes, I didn't need an X in number 11.
Not in 11, but we do. And see, that's where
I found that he had, but in order to verify it's normally distributed, I did do the 2048 divided by 4040 to equal 0.507, but it wasn't what the question was actually asking.
Right. So right now we're just trying to determine if they're approximately normally distributed.
And how do you verify that?
With that NP is greater than or equal to 10.
Okay, and so since we learned from Justina that if it's greater than 0.5, which it is because it
equals, both of them are the same actually, so they both.
Right, because it's 0.5.
Them both out because it has to equal both of them.
Okay, so we just do one of those equations, and then that lets us know. Okay, but both of them. Okay, so
you have to do them both.
Yeah, you have to do them both because you have to satisfy both of them.
Okay, so it's n times p. So 440 times. I just have too many windows here.
It's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, 4040 times 0.5 equals 2020. And 4040 times 1 minus 0.5 also equals 2020.
120.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm just gonna.
It is normally distributed. So number 12, we know that it's normally distributed, so it says to state the distribution. When it says describe the distribution of the sampling proportion, I think what it's asking is just those things it tells us, is state the distribution, the mean, and the standard deviation.
And so what is the distribution?
What is the distribution?
That it's normal, because we found that in the...
Oh, okay, so you found that from 11.
Normal, yeah, distribution is either, almost all the time we say, it's normally distributed.
Okay, so this, okay, and it says that. Okay,
it isn't.
All right.
It'll say, and if it's not normally distributed, continue with the
yes.
way when we were saying that a couple weeks ago.
And the mean equals 0.5, right? And then we just need to calculate the standard deviation for 12?
Okay, I need to figure out 12 again because I was still on 11, making sure that both my equations equal.
Corinne, no.
Okay, so this...
On 12,
need to state the standard or state the distribution, which we just found in the last problem.
It's 2020, and so we know it's normally distributed because it fulfills both of those equations.
Correct.
Okay.
Then the mean
is what?
Was assumed fair. So that
okay. Mean, so that is 0.5.
And the standard deviation is found
by doing that formula of square root.
Yes.
Okay.
But you have to solve for p hat first, right?
No. Well, it's just p. The square root of p times.
We have to have p hat if we were trying to do the z-score, but we don't have it to just find the standard deviation.
The standard deviation is just 0.5 times parenth 1 minus 0.5 post parenth over 4,040. So it's the mean times 1 minus the mean over the n.
Okay, your dad's coming is here. Sorry.
Right? That's the same standard deviation that we found in the past.
Yes, I'm not understanding when to, I'm still having a hard time when to do the x divided by n. Here we don't have an x, is that right?
Right. You're going to need the x divided by the n on the next to find a z-score, which is 13. Question 13.
So the standard deviation on 12 is 0.00786. I mean, so we round it up to 8.008?
Yes.
0.008. Okay. And then we don't need that probability for the next one, but what? No, that's the standard deviation.
You mean the standard deviation? Yeah.
Yeah, so that's when I would want all those huge long numbers or redo it, right?
Yeah. Am I good so far, Justina?
What's your standard deviation that you got?
0.008.
0.008? Yeah.
Okay.
Are you ready for 13, ladies?
Yes, go. Between that little bit of chaos. Our baby's here, finally.
Yay!
Yeah, this is really exciting because 2 years ago, our little grandbaby died during delivery. Horrible, ugly complications that's resulted in a lawsuit and horrible. Anyway, so yeah, sorry for the little bit of chaos today.
Let's hurry for you.
Yeah. All right, so the 13.
We need to find the z-score because we're finding a probability. What is the probability that p hat will be less than something or greater than something else? So it tells us the p hat right there in this question.
Okay,
which is
507.
Right, which is actually, x divided by n.
Right.
That. And so what we did, or what I did, was I took p hat, which is 0.507, minus p, which was 0.5, divide by, then the standard deviation, I just did 0.008, which is why I was slightly off from the book.
Right. 0.
Which, if I did the whole thing, I probably should do now, would not be that.
Okay, so you did 0.507 minus 0.5 divided by...
We're finding 2 on both sides of this thing. I actually worked it out both times to find both things. Because
so we have to find both. Why do we do the 0.493?
Because that's what it says, is that's our probability, less than 0.493. So
we have 2 z-scores then?
Yes.
So then we have to subtract the z-scores or the probability, the area, the whatever?
No, not on this, because when I worked it out, one was the positive and one was the negative.
Gotcha.
And then it made sense to me because what says less than 0.493 and greater than 0.507, when you add up both of those, it equals 1. So it should be
equal 1. Okay.
So what did you come up with the answer for 13?
Well, I came up with a z-score of 0.875 and negative 0.875.
0.875.
Probably not exactly right.
Okay, because I'm still off there. I've got 0.885.
You're probably, did you do the whole equation?
Yes.
Then you're probably,
I got 0.8898.
Oh, 885.
Got 0.889853921005.
8898 is probably better. And then we plug that into the applet.
It's a positive.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
You're gonna because we have to shade both of the tails here. Because we're looking for the probability that will be less than something or greater than something. So you have to shade both of the tails.
But how do we put in two different I'm still confused.
The z-score for one was positive, and the z-score for the other was the negative, the exact number. So there's not two scores, it's one on each.
Yeah, when you put that into the applet, Sherry, if you put in a negative 0.890, it automatically comes up with the positive 890.
Right.
And those were your two z-scores.
Okay. So
the other one was the negative 0.890.
I'm just trying to find between 50.
So did you get
the
0.3?
3507. You're trying to find the what, Sherry?
Yeah, which area do I shade? When I put in the 890.
Right. You're both tails, not the middle, but both tails.
Okay.
Because the question says that we're looking for less than something or greater than. So less than was the one tail, and the greater than is the other tail.
So then where does that 0.493 come in? I just don't get that part, I guess.
It's in the question. The question gives us that.
Right. So do we have to figure that out somehow?
Yes, see, I didn't use that either. I didn't use that information either.
That's the second, that's the second z-score. So the first one we did 0.507 minus 0.5 divided by standard deviation. Got us 0.890. The second z-score, in order to make sure it was right, is 0.493 minus 0.5 over the standard deviation. And that gets you negative 0.890.
Because you're taking the second half of that. Where does that the 1 minus the p, is that from that other equation where you figure out whether it's normally distributed? Where does that information even come from? I'm lost where they give it to us, but where is it and what does it mean?
Okay, well, if we have p, no matter what p hat is, 1 minus that is going to be that plus p hat equals 1.
Okay.
And so it kind of is reminding me of probabilities from before. I don't know how I'm explaining this. I'm probably just confusing you more.
No, I
keep going. I'm trying to
0.507 and 0.493 equals 1.
Right. So it's asking. So when we find, like, when it says the 1 minus p equals hat equals 0.493. That's what it says. What we're looking for is less than that or greater than p hat. So what is the probability less than 1 minus p hat or greater than p hat?
1 plus. Okay, so what did you get for the probability? 0.376?
0.374. You round it.
What I got, because I didn't do it all the way out, was 0.3816. But the answer key said 0.378.
0.378.
That's what I wrote down.
I think you guys are a little off on the z-score. That's why your probability is a little off.
It's
But
because I
it
used
seems like you're shading the right side.
Are we supposed to shade both sides or just?
You're
Okay.
supposed to shade both tails.
Okay, we have
the right
both
and the
sides,
left
but
tail.
maybe the z-score that we're plugging in isn't correct.
the
Is this,
score that I ended up with is a little off because I just put in 0.008 as my standard deviation.
Okay, I'm going to do it again.
So Justina, do you shade the right and the left together?
Yeah.
yeah, shade those both.
So the z-score should be 0.3735?
378. Oh, the z-score?
The probability.
Probability.
Probability, yeah, the probability is supposed to be 378.
Okay, so if we do 0.507 minus point,
Was when I did it the simplified way was 0.3816, and now with our 0.890 that you were telling me, it's only 0.3735.
That's what I've got, but I don't know that that's right for sure.
I'm going to do the math one more time on my calculator, just all the way through.
Yeah, I think it's just the rounding problem with your standard deviation mostly.
okay, so
So if you get all the digits for your standard deviation, then you should come up with the probability of 0.378.
Okay, it's just rounding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because your numbers are really close. So
yeah, because if I just if I round, even though mine came out to 0.8854, if I round it and put 0.886, then I get the probability of 0.378.
See, 0.8854, I don't know where you're getting at, because mine is, when I just did the whole calculation, the first one with using the 0.507
yeah, 0.507 minus 0.5.
898.
that's what I get. I get it twice, going through it the long way and going 0.88985.
Right.
392059. That's what I get for the z-score.
Right. That's what I have. And so if we put that into the applet,
right, it rounds it for me.
It'll round it automatically and bring it back to that.
Yeah, I need to work on how to plug it into my calculator, maybe a little bit differently, because the way I'm using it and the way I plug it in, if I don't put parentheses in just the right places, it throws it off just by a couple of points, but that makes the probability wrong too. So I haven't figured out where I'm off yet.
And in all the other times when we were just a little bit off from the key, they said, oh, that's no big deal. It's not an issue.
Right. Yeah, because I've tried this 4 different ways and I keep coming with 0.8854 for the z-score.
Did you plug in all the digits for your standard
Yeah, the whole
deviation?
thing. Yes, the whole thing.
Because I'm getting 0.88985.
Yes, that's what I got too.
You got 889.
I try to put, so then when I put in 0.889, it gives me an area of 0.374, which was what I rounded it to the last time when I put in 0.890.
Right.
That 374, so that's still off because it's supposed to be 378.
Right, still off.
So we're still wrong somewhere.
Or the answer key's wrong.
That could also be a probability. Let's see.
Yeah.
So you did.
Key. Yep.
We'll just blame the answer key.
Blame the answer key.
Okay, so walk me back to 12 again. The distribution is 2020 and 2020, right?
No, this distribution is normal.
Okay, it's just normal. And then the mean is 0.5.
Yes.
And then the standard deviation is 0.008.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Could it be because you guys didn't get all the digits in the numerator of the z-score equation?
I didn't do the digits in that. I actually went back and put in this for the numerator of that. I put in the whole thing using the square root of 0.5.
Yeah.
And it,
because it's like 0.506 blah 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 blah.
Right.
Oh, which ones did you put in there? 5069. Does that make a difference if you do that?
I don't know. I'm just trying to see why
Yeah,
you're
see
coming
why
up
we're
with a different
off.
answer.
Well, I
Okay.
figured that since the number 13 problem itself gave us 0.507 and just
Yeah, that lowered it because that lowered it to 0.877 instead of 0.889.
Oh, because if you did the
Yeah.
20.8 divided by,
Yeah. Oh, this is so tricky. I don't know
I'm
where
so
we're
glad your baby's
off.
here.
Yes, me too. I'm so relieved. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
So it's the same couple that lost a baby 2 years ago?
Yes, my son and daughter-in-law. Yes.
That is really rough.
Yeah, it's been a rough couple of years. Yeah, it was this semester 2 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so now we can all breathe. I think we've been holding our breath for the last probably 2 days.
What did they have, a girl or
They
a
had a
boy?
little girl. Uh-huh.
That's awesome.
What did they have last time?
Last time it was a boy.
Was it their first?
No, I have the other two here. I have a boy and a girl here with me right now for the week. Staying with Nan.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Justina, you got any openings on Friday?
Yeah, right.
Friday.
Thursday when we meet again.
1 second. Sorry.
Yeah, do you mean Thursday or
Well,
Friday?
I think I'm going to need something Friday to go over homework quizzes as well.
Yeah.
I will try. I have a 6 o'clock shift until 2 o'clock in the hospital.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then I have to take an exam. But I can probably take that on Saturday.
Okay.
So
What have you got
I
on
will-
Thursday morning when we usually meet?
You usually meet at 7 o'clock, right? I'm available 7 to 9 in the
Oh, okay.
morning.
Maybe we can get through it then, Sandra, if you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I just realized that I work until midnight the night
Oh.
before.
Oh.
I mean, I'll try to wake up. I hopefully have my laptop by then, so I don't have to come to school.
Is your laptop in the shop?
No, my laptop's battery burned down, so
Oh no.
I couldn't use my laptop for the
Oh
last week.
no. Oh no.
But my
Yeah.
friend told
You're
me that
wearing
the
it
shipping
out
is
going to
coming.
school.
It's
Yeah.
statistics, I tell you.
It is.
It is. So what about Justina? I'm even checking Saturday. I think I'm going to need some help on these homework quizzes after I flunk them all.
Okay, so I will try to
Available
come
on Saturday?
on Thursday morning, and then I most likely would have time available after 6 o'clock on Friday.
Okay.
6 to
Okay.
9.
All right.
Thursday morning, you should probably still be asleep.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should be asleep.
Yeah, we'll see.
So
I'll
give
join
me a
if I
Don't
can.
get
if
much
I'm up.
rest.
At some point, I have to say, sleep is good.
Mm.
Sleep is good.
Mhm.
Sleep in
It
if you
is.
can.
If you can do it, we'll survive, and,
Yes, you will.
and then we'll.
All right.
Yeah.
If I cannot join, just send me the questions and I will email you guys back as soon
Okay.
as I wake up.
That sounds great. That
I
sounds
still
perfect.
think. Are you working on Saturday?
So I